Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Lady Nyca, and with another episode, installment episode, whatever you want to call it, honey. Another episode of Politricks, and I know I strayed away from this a lot, and as I explained in a previous Politricks segment, in light of the pandemic and how it was affecting so many people, we discussed it the best way I knew how, as to not overly weigh people down. But as this election season is truly revving up, I just want you people, you American, you voters, to know who you dealing with and what you dealing with. Because I know sometimes, not to say that we're not able to, chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, but sometimes you be so caught up in, what's going on right now. A lot of people still at home. A lot of people's lives have been kind of turned upside down with the pandemic and whatnot. And so you may sometimes miss some things, and I'm here to make sure you remember. Okay, that's what I'm here for, child. Now I found this article, and I'm gonna link it down in the pinned comments. But girl, I wanted to talk to y'all about this because this is just another reason to really think about what you're doing, who you voting for when you go into the polls to do these elections. Okay, it's this one namely. Okay, I want you to be aware of the mindset of the person that you will elect to run this country the next 4 years. And in light of the way it is right now, we're going to need strong leadership. Ask yourself, have we received that as of right now? Do you feel like you safe here in America? Do you feel secure that we are supposedly the greatest superpower of the superpowers? And then listen to this. At a televised Fox News town hall held at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, Donald Trump rejected a supporter's advice to rein in his bullying tendencies and began answering press questions directly instead of blaming his belligerent style on the behavior of a hostile media. I'll say it again so you can hear it. At a televised Fox News town hall held at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, Donald Trump rejected a supporter's advice to rein in his bullying tendencies and began answering press questions directly instead of blaming his belligerent style on the behavior of a hostile media. In a question played to Mr. Trump on video, retired nurse and elementary school guidance counselor Carolyn Perkins invited the president to reflect on whether the way he handles questions at his White House press briefings is either becoming of his office or politically wise. President Trump, my husband and I thank you, your family, your staff, for your great dedication to our country. We pray for you every day, Mrs. Perkins said. The question I have is about your manner of presentation. Why do you use descriptive words that could be classified as bullying? And why do you not directly answer questions asked by the press, but instead of speak of past success and general ramble? USA needs you. Please let go of those behaviors that are turning people away from you. Please hold on to your wonderful attributes that make you our great leader and let go of other characteristics that do not serve you. Mr. Trump, I call him Mr. Prompt. Child, Mr. Trump responded, I think I like that question. I'm not sure, but I think I like that question. Then, as to prove Ms. Perkins' point, he furloughed a long, rambling answer, restating his past successes, complaining of his victimization in the hands of the media, whom he said treat him unfairly, like they have any, like more unfairly than they have any other president, even Abraham Lincoln. hmm They come at me with questions that are disgraceful, to be honest. Disgraceful. Their manner of presentation and their words, I feel like that if I was kind to them, I'd be walked off the stage. It's unclear exactly whom Mr. Trump thought he would be walked off the stage by, but he continued. Yet, if you look in Florida today, we have hundreds and hundreds of boats going up and down the intercoastal Trump, Trump. We have tremendous support, but the media is they might as well be in the Democratic Party. That's why I don't know. The president then claimed several achievements on the military and tax policy before returning to his number one enemy. All of the things I've done, and yet we have very hostile press. So I really appreciate the question. I very much appreciate the sentiment behind the question, but I'm standing up there instead of asking me a normal question. The level of anger and hatred, I'll look at them and I'll say, what's your problem? What's your problem? His responses to reporters asking him questions are indeed often personal. One on one occasion in late March, when a journalist asked him what he would like to say to Americans scared about the effects of the pandemic, and he replied, I would say that you're a terrible reporter. Equally, he has repeatedly sought fame from the media as his principal antagonist during the coronavirus. He recently went so far as to begin a briefing by showing the assembled journalists a compilation of videos edited to imply that the media minimized the risk from the start. Now we all know that he was the one kind of minimized the corona. I think I've educated a lot of people as to the press, he said after showing the clip. I would love to be able to say that we have a very honest press. I don't mind being criticized, but when they are wrong, not when people have done a great job. So he basically saying that the press picks on him. Now, I know that the press sometimes can say some stuff that bring you to your knees. I've seen them do it to celebrities. I imagine what it feels like to be a politician. It's got to be rough. But that's the job you set up for. And I feel like this, maybe if you would listen to, I'm sure, the many advisors who have tried to steer you on a better path to having a better relationship with the press, if you had taken any kind of lessons from that, listened to them, tried to work with them, you probably wouldn't get, but you get what you put out. I'm a firm believer in that. When you have your White House briefings, you see him oftentimes become very combative over the most simplest questions because he don't know how to answer it. That's all I can deduce from it. He simply does not know how to answer the questions. So instead of him having these folks educate him behind the scenes before he had these briefings, see, he should have been. But what do you expect from somebody who didn't even expect to win the presidency? Seemed like we expecting a lot from him, and I'm sorry, we are, because we deserve better. Now, I'm not saying there's a perfect politician. I don't think there's such a thing. But we need somebody a whole lot better than this. We need somebody that has some diplomacy about themselves, some education about themselves, somebody who is well spoken, somebody that knows how to work with the system to make the system greater. We need an effective communicator to deal with these foreign people and the policies and treaties and allies that we have all across this world. We need somebody that is going to do something for us now. So before you get all comfortable and happy with your stimulus checks, remember who we're dealing with and make your next move your best move. That's all I have to say about that. get down in the panic section. I will try to remember to link this article in the pinned comment so you guys can go over and read it for yourself because it's a lot more to it, child. It's a hot mess, okay? It's a hot mess. It's a hot, embarrassing, spanking mess. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YT streets. Comment down below in the pen. I want to hear what you have to say about it, if anything at all. If you have not subscribed to my channel now, here or my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live, please go over to the second channel. The link to the second channel will be in the description box below the title of the video. Subscribe to both of the channels today if you haven't. Also, tap your notification bell, set that thing to all so that each and every time that I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from my channels, either one, you guys will get a notification and you can come over and join in the conversation. And remember, guys, you do not have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great. Have a great remainder to your day. I'll see you on the next upload. Peace.